Hi guys, so in today's video this is going to be more of a get to know me but more in a personal level. I am going to be pretty open with a couple of stuff, so slight trigger warning. So yeah, my name is Aria Lovell, my actual name is Zyra, and I'm 22 years old. I'm from LA. I was born May 18, 2004. I grew up in the city of Norwalk, 562 area. So I am the only child, but I do have a lot of stepbrothers, stepsisters, because my mom and my dad are not together. My mom had me at 16, so yeah, I grew up with a single mother, but she worked 2 jobs, still went to college, and gave me everything I wanted. I grew up very pampered, very spoiled, and I'm forever grateful for that. I I could be like shy, I could be awkward. It just depends how I feel, but normally I am very fucking loud. I'm really loud. I have a loud ass like laugh. I'm a wheezer. I just be wheezing. I fart a lot. Like I just kind of want to put that in there. I fart a lot. I don't know why. I just always been like that. This is me being like more personal. I've actually never had a boyfriend. I've only had one situationship with one man, and I've learned a lot of good things, a lot of bad things, and now that I'm here in the future, I did kind of come to realization that he was protecting me from a lot of stuff. Although at times he was low-key an asshole, I realized what he was trying to teach me, and I realized a little too late. But other than that, like, I'm really happy where I am. I am married actually to an amazing woman, and I love her. She's very funny, she's very kind and everything, and she's also very calm, which sometimes drives me insane because I like a little like in there, but I still love her. She's very fucking smart. One of the most like smartest women I've actually ever met, and I'm not saying that just because she's my wife. She's genuinely like a genius. I am also in the industry of that line of work. So I started on October 29th of 2025, and which is kind of crazy because that's my ex-situationship's birthday, and I did it despite of fear of being homeless. I was homeless from the age of 17 till 21, and I stopped being homeless last year of September, so it's almost gonna be a year. And yeah, I've struggled through a lot of things. I still have a lot of trauma responses. Like, I sometimes get really scared to cook in certain homes. I get really scared to get really comfortable in a place or even with people in general. Yeah, but being homeless, like, it taught me a lot of things, like really being appreciated, or actually wait, really appreciating a toilet. The amount of times I did not have access to a toilet was insane, and because of that I do have a very weak bladder, unfortunately, so I'm constantly wearing like liner pads and stuff. But it also taught me to be really like careful with like certain decisions that I make and like things that I do on a daily basis, and I always thought I was just gonna be stuck in that position, but I'm not. So the reason why I even became homeless in the first place is because back then, back at home, I didn't really have the best relationship with my mother and my stepdad, and I was trying to myself if because I knew I was in school. I did in-person school, online school, and I was also captain of ASB slash like leadership, whatever you call it. I did a random pause there, sorry. But yeah, and I just told myself, I was like, I need to graduate early because I just wanted to leave and just work, and like I had this like whole idea and like plan in my head. And I remember telling my counselor, I was like, I really want to graduate early, and she was like, you're not gonna make it. She doubted me so freaking hard. Like, it's actually like insane, and it's so funny because I ended up graduating with extra credit with 233 credits, so that's kind of crazy. My grades were like, because I was just like really going through it. I wouldn't say I had depression, but I had a lot of sadness, and I can't say if I had depression or not because I didn't get diagnosed with it. I haven't checked in for that, and I went like back in, I think, like sophomore year, and yeah. But I just told myself, like, if I have to stay in this area, like in this environment, like home, for any longer, like I'm literally just gonna. So in my head I was like, if I graduate early, I'll pack up, run away, and that's pretty much exactly like what I did. The amount of shit I went through, like, it's insane. It was a very traumatic experience leaving, but it taught me a lot of things. Also, major trigger warning for this upcoming thing that I'm going to say, but I am a survivor of, and I was 17 when it was taken away from me, and it was done by my ex-situationship. And some of you guys do know who he is, and I'm just gonna say this right now. Don't send any hate or anything. I don't want to deal with that, and I'm not willing to say who he is or put any attention to him. But yeah, if you're 17 or under the age of that, I understand, like, having mommy issues, daddy issues. Like, I have major mommy issues, not really much of daddy issues, which is kind of crazy because you would think like I have daddy issues, but no, I struggle more with like mommy issues. I was always like a mama's girl and everything, but then all that just kind of like went downhill. But I still love my mother, and I appreciate like everything she's ever done. Like, she is a very strong woman. Like, imagine going to high school pregnant. You obviously, like, you as in her, she has me, right? And she still graduated. There's a bad bitch right there. She still graduated, went to college, had 2 jobs. Like, homegirl was like working, and she always made sure that I have everything that I wanted. Everything, like you know that store Justice, I had everything from there. There would be times that we would go, and I was just like, there's nothing new, they haven't restocked. We will go to the mall like once a week. She'll buy me anything and everything that I wanted. And she was really good with emotional support. Like, it wasn't just materialistic stuff. Like, she'll be there whenever she could. But with my dad on the other side, he just wasn't around. So, like, I never gave a fuck because I'm like, you're not around. You didn't really do anything for me to have, like, daddy issues. So I do have mommy issues. And I developed major mommy issues at the age of 11. Enough of that. I don't like sushi. My whole life, I've always wanted to like sushi. It looks so pretty, it looks so fresh, it looks so yum, but every time I try it, I like gag. I like seaweed. That doesn't, that don't even mean shit. I love seaweed. I love that shit. I could eat that shit like chips. You know the packet one from Trader Joe's, like the one that has like 6? I ate that in one sitting. My stomach fucking hurt. I like coffee and I like matcha. 10 out of 10. But I also like refreshers. I like a little bit of everything. Not really a fan of blended drinks. I love tall people, especially tall women. If you're a woman that's like 5'9" and up, gorgeous. And I also like people with unique looks, like unique features. I love people who have like hella fucking piercings in their face, like shit, or body piercings. I think that's like incredible. Or when people have like fun hairstyles or fun like hair color, I think that's fucking amazing. Or when you have a style that you don't see like every day. Like, my shit is basic, okay? But like, you know those like fashion people from like New York and stuff? Literally amazing. Another thing, this was my first tattoo, which is my wifey's name, which I love. All my tattoos are done by her. I have another like tattoo like right here, or tattoos. I have like 4, except this one. I did this one, you can tell. I'm gonna get it fixed one day. Before me doing like this type of work, or doing social media like full-time, my last job was being a teacher. I was a teacher, like a sub/toddler teacher. And I have worked with kids before. I've worked in the Boys and Girls Club. Even at Knott's Berry Farm, I was a security guard, security officer, and I would help find like lost kids, lost juniors, get them back with their parents and stuff. Yeah, I've also worked helping cases with CPS as well. Because if you literally do anything bad to your child. I have interest into like writing music and playing the guitar. Do I know how to play the guitar? No. But I've always like just wanted to do music. I don't have the best voice. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have like the best voice. I've also done acting since like I was younger. It played out more when I was in freshman year of high school. I was part of the LA Fame.co agency, and it was pretty lit. I also did dance, I did cheer, I did tennis, I did basketball. What else did I do? I can't really remember, but I did choir and I did arts as well. Okay, this one's very important. I'm not a furry, but I fucking love furries. I just don't understand the hate towards furries. Like some of them, most of them are rich as fuck. But that's besides the point. They're fucking nice. They're like the nicest human beings you'll ever fucking meet. And they're smart as fuck. Like, these bitches out here building shit in space, creating water, they're creating oxygen. Like, okay. But like on a real note, I fucking love furries. I love furries. That's another thing. I love nerds. I love people who have nerdy like interest in like computers, cameras, movies, vintage stuff, like just, you know, like not a nerd where a guy's like into shoes. Get that shit away from me. No, you have to be a nerd to like computer shit, stocks, crypto, I mean same shit. Business. I love a man who's a nerd about business. Or reading books. I read books, not all the time. I should, but I love that shit. Yeah. And you know how I said about like, oh, I fart a lot? I have fart jars that you can get from me. So just saying, I am really fucking scared of animatronics and dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Also, another thing why I like freaking suck at talking is that I was the only born child in my family for about like 8-9 years, so I was baby talked the whole time. So you can already fucking imagine a glitch. I don't know what that was all about, but you can already imagine I was fucking annoying, and I'm still fucking annoying, but I'd be struggling to sometimes talk. Like, I just be saying shit. Like, there'd be times I'll be like, what word? Fuck. Like, there'd be times I'll say today instead of Tuesday. Do you get what I mean? Or like the worst part, instead of saying hurt or hurt, sorry, I don't say the fucking T. Hurt, I say hurt. I don't know how else to like explain it. But like sometimes like I'm trying to recreate it, but I fucking can't. Like, I can't just do it. It would just come out like naturally. But like, imagine an adult who fucking baby talks. Okay, sometimes certain words will like come out of me like if I'm trying to baby talk, and it's really embarrassing, and I get really fucking insecure, and like it's not funny. It's not funny. It's so funny. I'm just kidding. But like, not for real. Like, I end up cringing, and I'm like, fuck, like maybe I should just like shut the fuck up. But I do stutter a lot. I stutter. I like mix up my fucking words. I'd be like So there's that. My thoughts on men. There are good men, there are bad men. I've had a really bad experience with one man, but I've also had iffy experiences with other guys. Now, realistically, I can only blame myself. Freshman year me, oh lord, I was just going around just kissing people. Which brings me to my next thing. I only have 2 bodies. My first one, I don't really like to count it because it was just taken from me. But just my ex situationship and then my wife. That's it. But yeah, I think men are great. No, but like realistically, the men who are great are the ones who work, they provide, they're good emotionally in a way where they can actually express themselves. Same thing with women, the women who work. And I don't mean a job like a 9 to 5. If you are a stay-at-home mother, that is still work, aka considered a job. Personally, I think being a stay-at-home mom is one of the hardest jobs you can ever do. You can argue with me, you can argue with the wall. Have I ever been a mother? No. But like, you have to be a chef, you have to be a coach, you have to be a therapist, you have to be a teacher, you have to be all these things in one for your child. And I'm just saying, men can do it too. You can do it too. Again, I don't have anything against men. I think most men are pretty great. I love talking to men. And again, I like men or women who are extremely nerdy. But like I said, just because you're a man does not mean you're bad. Same thing with women. You're not bad either. It just depends how you are inside your heart and your soul and your intentions. But sometimes, like, on the real, men do be irritating me. Not all the time. Not all the time, though. In case you guys don't know, I do have a couple people from, like, elementary school who, like, follow me. Hey, love you. But if you guys have been knowing me, I have been on social media since I was, like, 7.5 years old. Yeah. But surprisingly, having access to the internet, social media, and everything, I did not even... Oh my god, it's so embarrassing. I thankfully didn't... Or maybe my mom blocked it. I don't know. I didn't know what the cornfield area was. If you know, you know what I'm talking about. I've never seen that in my life. There was this one girl, I'm gonna name drop because I don't care. There's this girl named Danielle, and it was a time like I was still living obviously like with like my mom, my stepdad, and we had like a pool like girls stay, and my mom went to go get us food, and she was just showing me something on my phone, and she was like, have you ever watched like this thing? And I was like, what are you talking about? She was talking about, right? And I was like confused. Keep in mind, I didn't even know during that time when she showed me what DJing myself even was. So she pulls it up on her phone, and it's a white girl and a black man just right. I was horrified. I was in 8th grade. I don't know if I said that already. Wait, no. I was in 7th grade. I was absolutely horrified. I was like, what the fuck? And we're just in my living room. She's watching this. She's giggling. She's like, doesn't that make you feel like something? No. I was like, what the fuck? So I just looked at her and I'm like, I don't want to look at that. And then thankfully she ended up like putting it away after like I told her like a gazillion fucking times. But yeah, and I also didn't know that and I didn't know this till like freshman year. This is so embarrassing. This is also very virgin, I think, to think. I did not know we had like 2 holes, right? I thought the male goes by the clit area. I thought it would go by the bean area. Like, it would just go inside the bean. So then when I told Star Girl, she was like, no. Shout out to Star Girl. She has educated on me on so much shit. Like, it's actually saying, like, she fucking knows pretty much anything and everything. But Star Girl, like, sat down with me, and she showed me, like, everything about, like, we've had, like, sex education talks, like, history, everything. So I was like, oh, that's what it is. Like, shit. But yeah, during that time, I was already just DJing myself. Like, I just thought the man would go by the bean, in the bean area, But like I said, virgin mindset, right? Because I feel a lot of virgins today, they just be crazy. Another thing that I struggle with is my fucking hair. She's fried. She's fried as fuck. I kind of like this hair length. It's been this hair length for a while. It used to be longer, but then I cut it, and then I dyed it, then I cut it, and then dyed it. Then got bangs, and then I cut it, and then fried it. Like, I consistently feel the need to see a change all the time, and I say that, but yeah, I don't lose fucking weight. Which now brings me to the other thing. I've always been chunky my whole fucking life, but now I'm fat. No, because like Now looking back at like old photos of me when I was like 15, 16, 17, I was like, everybody around me made me feel like I was so fat when I wasn't. Like, some realistic shit, body was tea. Like, my stomach was flat. I did have like a lower like apron belly, like a fupa, but it was like very small. And like, body was tea. I would do anything for that body back. But it's just insane to me, especially with my body how it was when I was like 17. It was fucking tea. Mainly more at 15. It was like, you know, and I had a tiny stomach. You know, she was a little, you know, jiggly and everything, but it was pretty flat. My favorite food at the moment is fucking pasta. Sorry. I love pasta. I love fries. I just love carbs, like shit. Because the next thing I'm about to say is some sourdough bread with some butter and olive oil and fucking pesto. I'm sorry, I'm not fucking fun. Bitch, I'm not funny. Please say that I'm funny. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Mexican. Mixed with so much shit I can't even tell you. One of my goals in this life that I have is to fucking help everybody. And what I mean help is just the homelessness. And no, I'm not saying this just because I've been homeless before. This is something I've always just had ever since I was younger. So when I was younger, I've always had access to credit cards, debit cards, cash all the time. I'm gonna be really real. I didn't know what it was like to struggle. Like, I've never experienced like an empty fridge. I've never experienced like going to sleep hungry. Like, no. I've never experienced like not having like multiple pairs of like shoes or worrying about like clothes or my hair. Like, I've never experienced that ever when I was younger. But did that make me like spoiled rotten, like being like a bitch and stuff? No. Most of the time, because my mom and nobody would ever notice because I had that much shit in my clothes, like I had a lot of stuff. I would give away my shoes, I would give away my clothes, I would even trade clothes. I would just be like, I want that. And it'll be like the most worn out shit, but I would give them like my Justice sweater or just something. There was a time I had pink Converse and they were brand new and I traded them because a girl was like, oh my god, it's so pretty. And she had worn out like bad Skechers. Like, they were bad. I'm a Skechers lover, don't come for me, but they were like really bad. Like, it was ripped on the side where you can see her sock. So I just gave her my shoes. I didn't give a fuck because my mentality was everyone should be able to experience food, money, and having things to wear. So me being me now, I make more than 6 figures and stuff, not within a year, less than a year. So yeah, on my own. And my goal is to be a multimillionaire and build like homes, like tiny homes, like buy land, obviously own it, and just buy many homes, like tiny homes, and put homeless people there, sober them up. Then they have a job with me and they can go out and seek other homeless people who actually want to sober up and like bring up their life again, so they don't have to turn to drugs. And not all homeless people do drugs. That's another thing. Not all of them do drugs. Wow, fork found in the kitchen. I'm just saying because I've met a lot of homeless people, and just FYI, not everyone becomes homeless by choice. Most of them become homeless because of medical bills, or their house has burned down, or because like rent went up so like insane where they were staying at, and because of that they couldn't put down like an extra $1,000. Like $1,000 is a lot of money, and because of that they had to leave. They had nowhere to go and they had no help, nothing. And I know a lot of people, you know, I'm in California, I'm in LA, they're like, oh, you could just apply for like Section 8, I think that's what it's called, or like homeless shelters, like stuff like that. That is so hard here. I'm someone who has tried nothing. I tried like FAFSA for school, did not, like I couldn't even get approved. Tried homeless shelters, couldn't get approved. And that was like even me going through domestic violence as well. So again, it's not easy. So for me, I would love to buy land and put tiny homes there and help homeless people find a home, forever home, and for them to sober up, for them to learn. Like, I would even like give the basics of school, like reading, writing, like everything, because I genuinely feel everyone deserves a chance. Like, also real shit, and I'm not saying this to paint a picture for social media, because fuck that shit, but I just know what it's like to be in that struggle. And there's a lot of people who don't have access to like education, food, water, a toilet, a shower, a safe place. Like, it's tough. So that's one thing I really want to do, is just to be able to provide a safe place for homeless people who genuinely want to work hard for themselves, not for me, not for a company, just for themselves, to actually give life a second chance. Because while being homeless, there's many times I wanted to give up. I have failed about 3 times, just saying. But that is one of my major goals. I didn't mean to get like all serious, but that's something I really want to do. And whenever I have the chance, if I see a homeless person, I will feed them. Everyone deserves to be fed. And that's another thing I've thought about, like doing my own like charities and stuff. I do donate to charities and like GoFundMe's and stuff, but I would love to do more and really help out LA in general, especially Long Beach. My heart has a special place for Long Beach. I've met a lot of people there, but I want to now move on from that or else I'm gonna start crying. Okay, my favorite color is not even considered color. I forgot what the fuck it's considered as, but I love white, I love black, I love ivory, I love chocolate brown, baby pink, and like baby blue. Also, I just recently switched over to silver jewelry. Also, my jewelry, this beautiful bunny ring, this star ring, this is a necklace, but because I have a fat ass neck, it don't fit. But this initial with my wife's initial on it. These gorgeous rings right here. I mean, rings, what? Earrings right here. This pearl necklace, and this bunny necklace is from Olivia. This is the brand, and her stuff is just gorgeous. Let me go ahead and show you. So this is her like little business card, and you guys can like follow her. Her stuff is very affordable. It does not tarnish. It is stainless steel. Also, this was not sponsored, by the way. And her stuff comes in very good quality like packaging. I do have a dove necklace that represents my grandparents in my mind, but here it is. It is so gorgeous. Just look at that. Oh my god, it's so pretty. I'm sorry that's like moving a lot, but so pretty, and I love it. And again, very affordable. It's stainless steel. You could shower with it. I apply like cocoa butter, oils, lotion, perfume. It does not tarnish, and I have very sensitive skin. I am actually allergic to like fake gold and very low quality jewelry. It's just not fun. Like, if I put on like a very cheapy earring that is not good quality, my ears will bleed. It's something that I've always been through. So this has been good quality, and my ears do not hurt. It does have some weight to it. So yeah. And then this necklace right here is from Truth or Dare from TikTok shop. So yeah, I just kind of want to say that. I also love to paint. You guys can see like my paintings up there, but yeah, I like being a little creative with like certain stuff and just everything. But that is it. Bye, my loves.